What's up, guys? Hey, how's it going? Do you read me? Can you guys hear me? Loud and clear. Hello. What's up, David? What's up, guys? Looks like we've got maybe 15 of you, if that's accurate. So, just give it a moment. Get this thing ready. All right. We are live. What's up, guys? 16 of you. Guess what? I didn't do a video tonight, so I'm here. Here to talk. So, I had a couple ideas that something I wanted to do, but I just don't know how to do it yet. But I'm gonna work on figuring it out. What's up, Jason? So, one thing I was thinking of is I would love to narrate more videos. Like narrate, I'm talking about like live matches, either jiu-jitsu or possibly MMA. The only problem is I just, the problem is you don't want to get like copyright infringement, which I'm not 100% sure on what I would be able to get away with. So, like for example, I was watching a match today that was on Flow, and I was like, man, I would really love to, just talk about the match. The match in particular was Garry Tonon and JT Torres. And it's on YouTube. Obviously, it's under Flow Wrestling or Flow Grappling, excuse me. Pretty much the same thing, Flow Grappling. And yeah, I would love to do UFC breakdowns like Mike's asking. But, I want to make sure that I don't do something wrong. So, yeah, I know. So David just mentioned like it's not copyright infringement if you reenact the match. That's why in the past I've always done it that way. So like the videos that I've done, like what Conor McGregor should have done, or what happened, UFC breakdown. I usually do it like that, and I don't show it, so it doesn't, so that way I'm not copyright infringing. But I really want to just go over the movements that way. I don't want to go too in depth and do like slow-mo and then rewind and all that, but I would like to do a little bit of it. I mean, just to talk through it. So I'm reading, Mike says they just pause a lot, but not play the whole clip. Yeah. See, I'd like to go through the whole match. So Stylian Alexiev, what are the solo grappling drills? I think I did a video on that, and there's probably people with lots of great grappling drills. Stylian, or I don't know how to say your name, but I would just put that in. Even TeachMeGrappling, if you put in grappling drills, you should be able to come up with. I did one. It's not like amazing or anything, but I have a few different grappling drills on there you can do. So I have seen JRE Fight Companion. They just watch commentate and don't show video. Yeah, I could do it that way too. Yeah, I'd love to do something like that. We could always try it out and see how it goes. So what's up, Ron? Yeah, I'm glad I did that video for you. Derek Wilcox, I just paused a Billy Joel and Elton John concert. This better be good. That's awesome. No, man, there's no way I could compare to Billy Joel and Elton John. So you're definitely you're not going. It's not a step up. It's a step down. So, but you made me laugh really good with that one, Derek. So, what do I think about Masvidal Usman fight coming up? I think we'll start as striking, but Usman will lay on him for the most part. Yeah, you know, one thing my thoughts are on that, guys, I don't have like real hard like positions on the Masvidal Usman fight. I tend to not be a very good critic because I hate picking sides. Most of the time I don't pick sides. So when it comes to Masvidal Usman, like I had a student come in today. He actually owns this pet store that I'm wearing, and he was like, Usman's gonna, beat Masvidal, no doubt about it. And I was like, yeah, they got to fight. I'm not convinced. That's why two people fight. You don't know what's going to happen, but until they fight. I mean, obviously, some people love to claim that they know, but they're just the lucky guys that picked it, and it's possible either guy could win. So if Masvidal wins, all the guys that were picking Masvidal are going to say, see, I told you. And the same thing vice versa with Usman. So my personal feeling is that Masvidal, he's not that easy to take down. So I know that Usman's definitely the better wrestler, so-called wrestler, but Masvidal's got wrestling too, and I don't think he's that easy to take down. But we'll have to see. That's why they got to fight. So it's gonna be fun to watch, and I'm a fan, so I won't be like picking the winner. I think I just want to see a great fight. I'm not a very big. I love breaking down fights, like when they're done. Um, and we could always speculate, but I'd rather break down a fight after it's already done. I'm personally not a guy who likes to pick winners. I hate being that guy. I like to respect both fighters, and they're both devastating on any given night. Either guy could win for sure. So anyway, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna end up doing what I always do. 1, 2, 3, Tom Woods. When you do an armbar, but you don't put your leg over the torso, is it possible for them to escape by bringing their legs over their own head? Reverse sit up. Yes, that's a possibility. There is an escape for that style of armbar where a guy will curl himself up, reverse sit up, so to speak, and he can escape. But having said that, doesn't mean that you're going to get out every time. It's not a video game. You know, it's not going to win every time. Um, Sometimes guys can do that. You can keep your knees pinched really strong, and guys can kind of flip or almost back a roll over, and you stay with it and you pop their elbow. So it's kind of a game of, it's who's better, like anything else. Coach Brian, do you think BJJ competitors over 40 years old should compete for free in tournaments? Um, no, I don't think so. Why? Why would they compete for free? Um, so Aaron Miller, admire your skill and appreciate your videos. Thank you very much, Aaron. What's up, Jacob? So going back to Lorenzo's question about 40 years old and older, should they compete for free? Why should they compete for free? I mean, like, people are running a tournament. A lot of people compete and they find value in that. That's like a tournament, that's a service. They're putting on a service. I don't see why it should be free just because you're over 40. That doesn't make sense to me. That's like saying, why don't restaurants just like give people who are senior citizens, sometimes you'll see discounts. I could see that, but have you ever been to a place where they just go, hey, if you're over 50 years old, you get to eat at this restaurant for free? You know, I think that jujitsu is a, an extra curricular activity. I think you should be paying for it. I think the people who put on tournaments that cost money, I don't see why people who are 40 years and older should compete for free. But I, frankly, I think that's a little odd question. Anyway, all right. Thank you, Derek. Haven't had the ghost escape from side control shut down once since implementing it, and always finish in an offensive position. That's great. What are good MMA takedown setups in open stance, southpaw versus orthodox, other than a single leg? You know, takedown setups, I would say, you know, you could kick the front leg a lot like what Royce Gracie used to do. A lot of guys nowadays, John Jones, just a couple other guys that like to do that. They kick the front leg. Trying to think off the top of my head, you know, guys that will hit a side kick on the front leg. I think that's a great setup for getting in on your takedowns. Kicking low, looking up at the guy high so you can see what's going on with his eyes, you know, not staring down at his legs. You can really tell, read a guy quite a bit by touching down at the legs with your lead side kick on a orthodox southpaw situation. That's one that I really like. So, and then not just single leg, but you could also slip your head out to the outside and take a high crotch position. You can also try to hit what I call, it's basically like a double leg, but you can shoot with your leg towards the outside to buckle them over your knee. So, David asks, how do I feel about Danaher's videos? I don't know if you watch them, but I know they have a lot of hype. Would you ever put the content you post into a chronological learning order as a DVD coach? I'd buy. That's really cool. I've thought about it, but I tend to just stick to my channel, as you guys know. You know, it's just there's so many things going on. I always give that answer. As far as Danaher is considered goes, I like Danaher for sure. I mean, the guy's obviously like really intelligent. He knows a lot of jiu-jitsu for sure. He's very good with teaching details. I think he can break down a lot of things. I do have a little trouble personally. I don't want you guys to think that I'm attacking him, but I have a personal problem with Danaher. Personally, I think that he uses bullshit tactics that I don't think he needs to use personally, but I feel that Danaher uses bullshit tactics to mesmerize his audience, and I don't think it's needed. I guess you could call it his teaching style. It's what he's kind of like come up with, and I guess we all have those teaching styles. So I guess someone could say the same thing about me, that I use some type of bullshit tactic, but I really just try to be myself and be as honest as possible. I sense bullshit every time I watch a Danaher video. So I do think he's legit. Obviously he's legit, but I'm kind of like I'm being very what's the word? Like I'm not good with words sometimes. I'm going out on a limb here. I'm going against the fray. Everyone worships him. Like you said, his videos have a lot of hype. I personally think that he's great, but that bullshit that I smell with my nose, remember, I know what I'm looking at. So I see it in some of his movements. There's bullshit, but it's not like super apparent. So as long as he sticks to his subject, I think he's amazing. I think there are a few times where I've seen him go outside of his subject and I smell a little bullshit and then I see a little bullshit, but it's not a big deal. It really isn't. I'm being hypercritical and I'm searching for the mistakes, and it's very hard to find with Danaher because he's so good. So I don't know if you could call that is that a backhanded compliment? The guy's amazing, right? And I'm trying, but I'm doing this because you're asking me my opinion, and I like to be as honest as possible, guys. I respect almost everyone that's legit, and he's completely legit. He's legit. He just may not be like the competitor, you know what I mean? But he knows a lot of shit, and you can learn a lot from him. So I got better shut my mouth. So surely younger people should get discounts since they have had less time to accumulate money. Yeah, younger guys should get the discount at the tournaments. So 60 here, Ron. Taking gold over 40s, 30s, 20s. Y'all, yeah, want to play, play you gotta pay. Yep. Strength versus technique. What should my focus be when rolling, when I'm dealing with someone who hulks out? Sometimes I don't want to raise the intensity level, but the aggressor always seems to win. Angel, that's a good question. What I do, guys, I'm reasonably strong. Reasonably. As I'm getting older, I'm not that strong, but I'm reasonably strong for my weight. I try my best to not use strength all the time when I'm rolling. I'm trying to be as technical as possible. And then on occasion, I burn. I use my strength. Maybe it's because there's a time limit. Maybe I'm trying to um, use my strength to gain an advantage so I can win. But one thing I do is I really try to pace myself. And the best way I can explain it is just like running. So if you were to go out on the road and we say, hey, we're going to run 3 miles, you wouldn't get out of the gate and just start sprinting. I mean, you wouldn't sprint. You know that you've got 3 miles to run. You would pace yourself. So that's something I do in my rolls. I pace myself. I start working. If I feel something good, I'll go towards it. I'll start to use energy. You have to know when to back off the gas pedal if you feel like it's starting to be, a waste of time. And, and then as you get closer to the finish line, if you want to use your energy, you can to get after it. You're going to get, let's say you're doing 5-minute rounds with a 1-minute rest, like a lot of people do. You're going to get a 1-minute rest before you got to go to your next partner. So then you can kind of like rest then and burn it out as you get to that last 1 minute, 2 minutes. So for the first part of the roll, the first minute, feeling out process, kind of establish, relax, try to find the technique. And then as you go on, second minute goes by, you work a little harder. Third minute goes by, you're starting to bring it up to a nice pace. And then once you get to that fourth minute, you realize you've got to save a little bit for the end, but you don't want to save too much because you don't want to leave it on the table. You want to exhaust yourself and get after it. And if you're trying to win, you want to win. I mean, that's the goal. So you got to pace yourself properly. But that means in the very beginning, I'm always trying to be as technical as possible. I'm always focusing on technique. If it requires a lot of strength, I try not to do it. And even if I get a submission, even in the first 30 seconds, if I get something strong, I try not to use too much strength. I try to find the easy path because there's nothing wrong with taking some guys back in the first 30 seconds to a minute. Instead of like squeezing like crazy trying to finish, why not just ride his back for 3 minutes? You're going to like get really good. You're going to learn stuff. So if I can't technically get my hand in, I'm going to just take my time and breathe. And you'll never know. You might even wear your opponent out and then he'll give it to you eventually and you can finish it with technique. So that's what I would recommend. I'm definitely focusing more on technique, but having said that, you better use your energy. Don't be saving it all the time because you save it all the time, you're not using it. So you're not getting strong. Like Marcelo Garcia says, all he does is roll. So, and he goes, I just try to hold something as much as I can. And so when he's doing that, that's why his grip is so strong because he'll grab a 2-on-1 and he'll try to control the guy as long as he can because he knows the longer he can hold that, the more he's going to have an opportunity to get a sweep, to get a back take, to get a submission. So you're not going to get strong if all you do is flow. And that's not right either. You should be using some energy that's going to build your stamina for the future. So there it is. Jacob asks, what is your opinion of Higa Machado and what is your opinion of Higa Machado doing specialized non-sparring programs for celebrity clients? I don't know much about what he's doing with specialized non-sparring programs for celebrity clients. I assume, I'm going to make an assumption. First of all, Higa Machado is obviously very well known, very, very amazing. He's considered one of the best jiu-jitsu guys in the world at one point. People said he was like better than Hickson, and then he was actually beating Hickson in a match, and Hickson came back and beat him. That's the story. But Higgins pretty amazing. He did struggle a little bit, in Abu Dhabi and such. But You know, he's mentioned things like he struggled a lot with wrestlers, but he's a big dude, and maybe it was just not his time. Maybe it would have been better if it was when he was a little bit younger. But anyway, guy's great. So I know nothing about his specialized non-sparring programs. I assume what you mean by that is, I'm gonna guess, and maybe he's like promoting people, or you know what I mean, like coming up with ways where they can like learn without sparring, and then that brings in the possible bullshit where people go, "Oh, you're giving out rank without like a guy earning it." I don't know. Um, Again, I'm just reading your next question. Would you consider that real jujitsu? So, I don't know. I can't really comment because I don't know what he means by that. But let me try to not get lost here. Danaher is unbearable. 1, 2, 3, Tom Woods. Danaher tries to surround himself in a. Okay, so now you guys are helping me. In a mysterious aura, haha, kind of reminds me of Steven Seagal. That's the bullshit you smell. Yeah. So bad man, exactly. What are these bullshit tactics? Like only having Nicky Ryan only compete in matches. John was super confident he would win. No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that at all. Nicky Ryan's pretty amazing. Um, I would say it's more of what Badman mentioned. He kind of does this thing, and it's kind of a tactic. It kind of like it drugs the viewer. Danaher does that with his voice, with his words. He's a very intelligent guy. You know, I don't use words quite as eloquently as he does. So I try to just get you guys what you need. And I feel I don't mean to say that like speaking intelligently means you're bullshitting, but there's something he does, and I would have to watch. I would literally have to watch it with you, and then the moment I hear him say something, I will like tell you what I think, and or if I see a few things, I would tell you. But again, it's hard to do off the top of my head. I don't watch everything John Danaher, but I have seen quite a bit of stuff over the last few years, and he's very good. So, personally, I feel like he tries too hard to use unnecessarily long words in his explanations just to seem smart. Yep, crazy chemist. Why does Danaher wear rash guards only? Fuck, I don't know. I have no clue. So he's right on the only wearing rash guards thing, though. Clearly a superior product to a cotton t-shirt. What are the most effective submissions to master for MMA? Okay, Mr. Alexiev. Most effective submissions for MMA. Rear naked choke. Guillotine choke. Okay, armbar. Arm triangle choke. Triangle choke. Did I do that? Did I get it right? RNC, guillotine, armbar, triangle. I think I might have missed. And then you have like arm triangle and Kimura. So right in there. A lot of times I put Kimura in the top 5, and then I put arm triangle number 6. Sometimes arm triangle can bounce. It depends. But those are all the most important ones you need for MMA. Those are the ones you should be focusing on the most. Leg locks are great. I don't think they should be focused on for MMA nearly as much, but they are still important. I am not saying leg locks are not important. I do not need to hear the Dean Lister quote from John Danaher that why would you ignore 50% of the human body? They're important too, but MMA, you need my top 5. That's my opinion. Top 6, we'll throw in the arm triangle right there. Arm triangle, guillotine, arm bar, triangle choke. So you have arm triangle, you have also a triangle choke with the legs. Rear naked choke and guillotine. Gotta have those. Most important by far. Arm triangle includes all your Darce variations, anacondas. I love to throw those in so we get the bulk of the most effective stuff. So anyway, what is your go-to move for when someone guillotines you when you have them in your guard? When someone guillotines you when you have them in your guard. So everywhere I look online, there is no answers because the search criteria misinterprets it. Yes. So the go-to move when someone tries to guillotine when they're in your guard, maybe I'll do a video on that. I think I have a video on that already, but I could probably address that in the future. I like to control their guillotine hand and then reach over their shoulder. I try to hip escape out to the side my head is on, and then I like to work like a shoulder lock. You can pass it to your hand and catch a shoulder lock. If it comes out, you have an arm triangle, and then you also have an avenue to their back. So those are the basics. Really good stuff. People should not be guillotining you inside of your guard. If they are much bigger than you, sometimes they'll bully you. If you're a step ahead and you know what you're doing, it shouldn't happen. Other than the situations where you got a crazy monster that is just you're 120 pounds and he's 250, you're probably just going to get cranked. So anyway, all right. Pedal to the saddle. Don't know what that means. Coach, I've noticed you do nice little explosions of speed with your technique. I've found that works well for me too. Cool. What's the most fastest weight loss you saw someone lose personally? One of my students that's fought MMA, he lost 13 pounds in 3 hours. So that was probably the most I've ever seen. I'm sure there's guys that have probably beaten that. He was a 155er. He roughly lost 13 pounds in 3 hours, roughly. I could be off by a little bit. I don't think with the weight, I might be off on the time. Like maybe it was a little longer than that, but I think it was 13 pounds in 3 hours. I think that's pretty remarkable. So, but anyway, but I've seen a lot. So, what's up, coach? Your hair looks good. Thank you. Bam. I gotta cut this though. It's starting to get over my ears. So I'm noticing that. I did a douche thing. I thought I would share it so you guys don't do it. I got a guy to help me practice the Hindulo team. He was condescending and he said he can jump over. I held it till he tapped. Good job, Bush Ninja. You must be flexible because I can't do that shit. You take the back, Xavier. Yeah. Okay. With the usage of masks being mandated all over, how soon do you think we'll all be grappling, fighting with luchador masks on? I guess you're making it very entertaining, huh, Derek? Since you're not watching that concert. Yeah, I don't know. About those narrated vids, coach, maybe we should try one. BJJ tournament, maybe. That would be a great learning experience, valuable for sure. So guys, look, what time is it? It's 11:31. So guys, look, why don't we try something? So Danaher reaction videos. Make it happen. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, that would be funny, right? Just it would be funny if I could like just play Danaher videos and then have my face on the side and just stare. But anyway, let me try something, guys. Let's just try it. I mean, like it's probably not gonna work, but can we watch a match? I've got JT Torres and Garry Tonon that I just watched a little while ago. If I play it, I guess I can't, I don't know how to, I can't show you guys, like flash it up on the screen without doing this, you know? I could do that, but then, I don't know. I'm not really watching it. I would need to watch it. Maybe, what if I watch it and you guys start it at the same time I start it? Is that possible? I mean, does this sound ridiculous or what? And then I'm not showing it at all. I'm just talking about it as we play it. I don't know if this is a stupid idea or not. Guys, let me know. Is that dumb? Would we be able to do that, or is that not going to work at all? Like, what if we played a specific video at the same time and then I started talking about it? Would you guys be able to follow along? Okay, Ron says go for it. Anybody else? We've got 34 people. You guys want to do it? All right, we got another try it out by Badman. All right. So here, and then if I see something cool, maybe I'll rewind it real quick and we'll try it and we'll watch it. Okay. So guys, look, I'm gonna post the link. Let me see. I'm gonna find it. Then we're gonna post the link. So you guys are watching the exact video I'm watching. We're gonna kind of flow wrestling, or excuse me, flow grappling. Let me see if I can pull this up.
Cardio for days.
Yeah, this is, I mean, it's to your point, the Tonon.
You guys hear that? Yeah, so we got some people. All right, guys, so this is the one that I'm watching right here. So if you guys click that link, I'm going to turn down the sound. So I'm not going to listen to the sound of the commentators, or I'll put it super low.
That might have been match of the year for me.
I don't know. Let me know. Can you guys hear that? That playing right now?
Rash guard for Garry Tonon, immediately fainting.
I don't want it to be like distracting.
Yesterday into JT Torres though, gripping up.
Okay. All right, guys. So here's what I'm going to do. You guys ready? We're going to start the video over at 0. Are you ready? Here we go. We're starting it at 0. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Cardio for days.
Yeah. This
okay.
Is, to your point, the
here we are.
That might have been
we are watching Garry Tonon and JT Torres. You guys see both guys in a pretty good wrestling stance. And Garry Tonon is using an overtie. You guys see that overtie elbow control? Good head position. Notice how their heads are exactly at the same level. Very important. I got to turn the sound off. 2-on-1 by Garry Tonon. You guys see the 2-on-1. JT Torres lowering his level, posting on the neck, posting on the head, trying to stay out of it. Oh, Garry Tonon with a nice little Kani Basami. He's going for a scissor takedown. So that scissor takedown attempt, he from the 2-on-1, he tried to get in, didn't work. Arm drag attempt by Garry Tonon. Garry Tonon's executing all of the techniques right now. Overtie. JT Torres just keeping a good position, just trying to really avoid. He's not really trying to do too much. And there's the shot. In and on body lock. Nice job. Now, guys, look. He's got a hold of him. He's got his body lock. And his left shin is stapling Garry Tonon's right leg. That staple right there is what's preventing Garry Tonon from doing much. He's got his hands locked. He's got his left leg stapled. And he's just trying to apply some force and pressure. Trying to expose Garry Tonon's back. Garry Tonon is able to get to his back. The shin is still there. And then JT Torres kind of goes towards a crab ride, looking to go to the back. But Gary's not, he's not worried right now. See how he's posting up, just posting on him. And we're going to have to come up into a leg drag, but he loses it. Garry Tonon gets back to decent position. He's framing away fairly well. Good positioning with a knee shield. JT's got crazy base. So when you guys watch this right here, I remember this because I watched this match earlier. So some of this is like, it's fresh in my mind. Watch this right here. JT's like got such low base. Look at the Kimura attempt, stuffed. JT's just staying so tight with his left elbow. He kind of gets thrown off balance right there in the butterfly guard, but his base is so good. If you guys didn't know, like, I don't know what level JT wrestled at, but JT's a really good wrestler. Like, JT has wrestling experience, guys. I don't care what he did before in wrestling. All I'm saying is, by the looks, he's wrestled. He knows what's up. So he's not just a great jiu-jitsu black belt. He is also a wrestler. So there's Garry Tonon with the double unders. He's got the butterfly guard. And you notice he's trying to hit that butterfly sweep that Gordon Ryan likes so much, where he hyperextends the elbow, and then you can use a butterfly sweep. But JT, look at this. Kind of gets bobbled up in the air, but just hips were so heavy and strong that there's no way he can like exploit JT's position. He tried to flip him up so that maybe he can achieve a leg lock, but there it is again with the arm pinch, going for the inverted arm bar. He's trying to lock it up. Like, this is what I like more. What Gary's doing right now, where he holds the arm with the head, I prefer that more. I have a video on that on my channel already. He gets lifted by JT. Incredible base. Look at that wide base. Perfect example. Wide base, such low hips. It's a big energy waster for Garry Tonon. But, you know, it's not that to say JT's not working as well. Garry Tonon's job is to make him work. He's going to have to stay on the offense if he wants to get something. So he's got great position. He's still attacking. I mean, Garry Tonon's doing great. I mean, he's getting after it. He's on his side. There's nothing wrong here. So the bottom man, although some people could say that he's getting worn out by JT's passing style, which JT's incredible, but it's really not, guys. I would roughly say that the match is equal. It's really difficult to just watch as an armchair quarterback and then decide who's using more energy. It's very, very difficult to say that because Garry Tonon is being efficient in his position. If you guys notice, look at his legs. Now he's all crossed up. So I remember the commentators right here are talking about how his legs are crossed, how JT's passing pressure is so much. It really isn't that much, guys. I'm not saying that JT doesn't feel heavy, but what I'm saying is Garry Tonon knows what he's doing. He's trying to put himself in a position to attack. Garry Tonon is not flustered right now whatsoever. He's working his game. He's trying to look for triangles. He was looking for an inverted triangle earlier. It wasn't quite there. He's always looking for Kimuras. He's looking for the leg lock right now. He's trying to pull that knee in. He's bringing the right leg over. There's a possible triangle opportunity if the shin can come off of the leg. Right now it's JT's shin, again, stapling Garry Tonon's leg down. And even though he's in a ball right now, and that might bother you or me, guys, Garry Tonon's not bothered by this. This is regular stuff. So he's locked his hands around the leg. He's trying to pull that in to get a leg entanglement. If he can get into a leg entanglement, he's so good with leg locks, he can create something. And that's what he's going for. He's not really that worried. I felt that the commentators were a little off in that. And there's a leg entanglement, but what a beautiful escape by JT Torres. JT circled his right leg out immediately. And that's something, again, I have on one of my oldest videos, is how to leg pummel and circle your leg out of a leg lock. It's one of the very first videos on my channel that I did back in 2011, was teaching that. And to this day, there's not too many people that actually teach what JT Torres just used right there. Anyway, butterfly guard still with hook with the left foot, creating still a half guard. Notice Garry Tonon keeping his right leg drawn across. Look at the right foot. That stops the pass. It doesn't matter that JT's there. Look, and he used it to side kick him away and get back up to his feet. Beautiful job. He said, you know what? I've had enough. I'm done being down there. There's a nice little arm drag inside trip, little koichigari by JT Torres. Didn't quite work. Tonon had a great sprawl. Tonon's great in the beginning right here with his defensive wrestling. Looks beautiful. He has good offense too. Really good defense. He loves the overtie. Again, notice more overtie. JT with collar tie right hand. Garry Tonon with left-handed overtie. He switched it up. Now we have JT with the overgrip and goes inside. Collar tie and goes inside. Heavy snap by Garry Tonon. Tonon, watch the snaps. Posting on the shoulder, snap. Posting on the shoulder, arm drag. Beautiful job. He went after the arm drag while JT was controlling his left wrist. So he tried to arm drag when his opponent was in control. Nice snap down. Nice pull right there. Look for an angle. Tried to post the elbow or the shoulder area to get a little like back take. Didn't quite work. JT was wise. Kept the position square. Nice underhook. Trying to lock up a pinch headlock by JT. So much going on here, guys. And again, as you guys get better at grappling, nice snap. You guys got to watch this stuff again. This is something that, like, again, I guess I'm being very arrogant saying this, but I know what I'm looking at, guys. So when I see this stuff, I love commentating because I know exactly what these guys are doing. I literally put myself in these positions. I can feel they're playing a little game of mercy right there. Garry Tonon tried to use it as a setup to try to pull in for a single leg. Didn't quite work. Back to the overties. Nice little snap, looking to exploit one side. Runs for a knee pick. Runs him right out of bounds. Collar tie and went for the knee with his left hand. Didn't quite work. Back to the center. Garry Tonon's breathing a little bit, but you know what? He's winning. I will say this. I think Garry Tonon's winning the offense. He's being more aggressive. JT's playing more defense. But you know what? JT's a tough dude. He knows that he's in it for the long haul. And but I like what Garry Tonon's doing. Lots of snaps. Look at these aggressive snaps. Constant movement. JT trying to take advantage. See, one guy's throwing attack, attack, attack. Then JT goes, no, you know what? It's my turn to come back. And that's what you need to do. Garry Tonon with a beautiful sprawl. Here's where he's going to come in. He's going to make a big mistake right here. We've got a minute left in regulation. Check out this mistake. He gives up his leg. He says, you know what? I'll counter with a little front body lock throw. Didn't quite work. JT stayed with it. Very dangerous right here for JT, though. Garry Tonon's got a triangle possibility. Chooses as he's sliding down off. This is an Iranian lift by JT, popping out the back door. Garry Tonon's already chosen to go for the leg lock. He's not going to try to mess around with that triangle. It's long gone. Notice JT controlling the ankle with his right hand. As long as he keeps that ankle, it's not really there. His right knee is clear, what they call the knee line. His right knee is clear and out. JT actually looks for a possible back attack in that moment. For a brief moment, Garry Tonon comes up to try to catch what we would call a sweep right there or takedown to get on top. JT just comes right back up to his feet. So whether that would have been a takedown or not, or a guard pull situation like a -1, JT didn't want to be on the bottom. So probably would have been considered a -1. JT with the double unders. Nice. Jacks him up, gets his hands locked. Nice S-grip. Goes for Oichigari with an inside trip. Then you've got Garry Tonon with an Uchimata. I believe the commentator was talking about Harai Goshi. Was not Harai Goshi. Was much more in between the legs, Uchimata. And now, end of regulation, they're going into overtime. Again, playing a little game of mercy, good head positioning. Again, guys, a very tight match. Very, it's tied up, not just by the scoreboard, but literally this match is tied. I mean, like, they're going back and forth. Both have great attacks. I will say that Garry Tonon's submission-only style is probably what's going to make him pay for this in this match. Look at he's playing like he's not afraid. JT blocking on the lat muscle, trying to not give Garry what Garry wants. Gary's like trying to let it flow. He wants to find something easy and let it flow. Then the underhook. Check it out. Watch this right here. He's let him in way too much. Again, unbelievable how Garry Tonon allows this to happen, but pops him up, gets to another body lock, and then check it out. JT, it's late. Remember, they've been grappling now 11 minutes. Goes for a front trip from the rear standing. Garry Tonon reach back. The Wizard's not strong yet. JT needs to pop his hips. He needs to go hips in and go, but he's stepping behind him, and now the Wizard's in. With that Wizard in, JT's going to get a little scared right here. He doesn't like his body lock position. He feels that Garry Tonon is good in this position. He doesn't want to give up his elbow right there. He gave up his right elbow. He said, no, I'm not letting you throw me. I'm not taking the risk. Very smart play in a point situation. Very, very conservative. Keeping the head positions. Again, look at Garry. Nice attack. Beautiful shot. Didn't quite work. There's another elbow pass. Looking to get in. He's being super aggressive. Nice shuck. Just snapping him around. Checking the legs again. He's just getting after it. But you know what? He's using energy, and he's not being that effective. Check it out. Another double unders. Another double unders. There's a little inside thigh block, just like we showed last week with Anton, one of our videos, how to counter that. Anyways, a brief moment. Locked. Look at Garry Tonon's flexibility in the shoulders with his head in. You've got JT driving with his own head, trying to stress Garry out and trying to find a way to get in. Didn't like the overhooks. He decides to limp arm out of that, start something fresh. And JT now seems to have the advantage. And it's mostly because, in my opinion, Garry, look at his aggressiveness. He's given up head position. He's going to give up a double leg right here. Simple. He's opening himself up. It was just really stupid play, and that came from losing focus. JT kept his focus, just stayed with the plan, very conservative grappling. I don't always like conservative grappling because it's kind of synonymous with stalling at some points. But Garry Tonon, just the submission-only style, kind of like not caring what's going on and just saying, whatever, dude, I'm going to find the path of least resistance, didn't work for him in this situation. JT's positional play won in the match. Now he's got good positioning. They're not going to give it a takedown because he didn't bring Garry to his butt. He's looking to take the back. And then now watch right here as he's digging his heel in, and he's got a decent little seatbelt control right here, or he's got the wrist. Now he's got the seatbelt. He's going wrist control back and forth. Gary's always got to worry about his neck. Now right here, the opening's there, and this is where the leg swoops over, and now the mount is there. The mount is in position. This is control. He's now threatening with an arm triangle or side choke, and that's going to give the points. They end up giving 2 points to JT. It's a fairly easy win at this point to put him away. It's really difficult for Garry to move from here. He's not just going to have to escape this position, but he's also going to have to get on the offense. There's only 1:25 left. Look at the pressure. JT, good. And you know what? He doesn't really stall. It's hard to say he's stalling right here. He's stalling a little bit, but he's just increasing pressure. Very smart squeeze like a boa constrictor. Keeping the arm triangle. He's not going to be able to finish Tonon, but he's not being stupid about it. He could go towards the back. There's no need to do that right now. Stay on top. Look for the mount. Notice the shin, and then right back to the mount. Garry Tonon doesn't want to give up the mount again. He captures the ankle back into quarter guard, and it's going to negate the mount. But with 48 seconds left, it's pretty much JT's match. Good pressure. Very smart play. Nice little knee slice to pass the guard. Garry Tonon had to turn his back. And at that point, JT's fine. He's got his hands locked. He's never going to let go. He's got enough left in the tank. He's never going to let go of this lock. He's going to keep it the whole time. He will go for a finish if it's open, but it's time to get your hooks in. It's simple. You just keep the pressure on. Garry Tonon's trying to peel at the lock. Notice JT lets go, stays in the saddle, comes back below the hips. Very safe grappling, but then oh my gosh, he stands up in a tripod, leaves the legs between his legs. Garry Tonon with the knee bar after the roll. And look, it's in the armpit immediately. Now, why could he not finish? Guys, time runs out. Why didn't he finish? Look at Garry Tonon's pissed. He knows he kind of blundered, and he'd love to win. Now, guys, why? I'm going to stop the video now. Why didn't... Hope you guys like that. Why didn't Garry Tonon finish that knee bar? So, man, did you guys comment all throughout this? Okay, not too much. Okay, so guys, don't comment, please. Let me talk. I just want to discuss why he didn't finish. 15 minutes of grappling, guys. 15 minutes of grappling. The knee joint is very difficult to break. It is not like an armbar. When you are that tired, and you have a limb like a leg of JT Torres with the muscle in that leg, guys, I don't care if you have it in the armpit. At that point, with that adrenaline flow and the realizing the win for JT Torres, he's just got to hold it for a few seconds. It's not hard to do. All you do, I mean, at that point, if you think about what's gassed on JT, holding his grip. His legs aren't gassed at that point. Once it's in that position, a little bit of leg muscle, all he's got to do is survive it for a few seconds. Many great grapplers can do that. Anybody, especially a JT Torres, he's going to be able to do that. And if that was early in the match with a fresh Garry Tonon, yes, he could break that leg really quick, but not after 15 minutes of grappling. It's very hard to get your entire body to arch. I've been in that situation before. It is not easy. And people go, why couldn't he finish? And, you know, I've done it before. One time I had a toe hold in a grueling match in New Jersey, and my coach asked me, why didn't you finish the toe hold? You had it. And I think I was like 12 minutes into a match or something. It was kind of crazy. long match, 9, 10, 11, 12 minutes. And I told him, I said, this is my grip right now, coach. I gripped his hand or his wrist, and I basically just barely put my hand. I have no grip. You don't, when you're that tired, you just cannot finish that. And especially a limb of a knee. So, had it been a inverted heel hook, that could be different, that could be different, but hitting a knee bar, it's tough. All right. Amazing match, guys. Two of the best in the world. I was very, very entertained by that match. Hope you guys were too. Hope you guys enjoyed my commentary. I know that I jump around a lot. It happens real fast. There's stuff going on constantly, but that's a lot of times the way it is. So anyway, so let me go back and listen to you guys a little bit. Hey, coach, how do I have more success escaping back mount when I'm flattened and they have boots in? Elias Diaz asks. You mean, I guess you escape more when you're belly down? Generally, that shouldn't work as well, but you may be doing something really well, and maybe your opponents that are on top of you don't know how to put the pressure on quite as well. Generally speaking, guys, it is very difficult to escape the belly down position. So if you're asking me why, I would have to see. You would have to send me video or something. I would have to see. So yeah, you definitely shouldn't get there. Ingmar is letting you guys, you will lose 19 times out of 20 if you go there with someone equal skill level. Yeah, I mean that's pretty good. I mean, it's a really tough position to be in. So Masvidal or Burns, who is the riskier matchup for Usman? Guys, I don't know, but I think Masvidal's tough for Usman. I don't think it's going to be a walk in the park. You got to see it. I mean, he's a late throw-in, so how hard has he been training? I don't know. We'll have to see. So ever thought about dropping by 10th Planet HQ? GS asks. No, I haven't thought about it. I run my gym every day. But, sure, it'd be fun to learn from everywhere. So, anyway, when I train BJJ in wrestling, I train for BJJ competitions. You think 2 times BJJ, 2 times wrestling is enough? And maybe at weekend open mat? I mean, I hate when people ask me these questions, guys. I'm going to give you what I really think, okay? Call me Yaya. Listen, when you ask me, is this enough? It's never enough. You should always train more until training more leads to you getting hurt or is bad for your health. So having said that, is it enough? Yes, if it's enough. What do you want? What is your goal? If you want to be the greatest in the world, it's probably not enough. If you just want to be pretty good, it's probably enough. If you want to be healthy, happy, as long as it makes you happy, it's enough. I know it's not the best answer in the world, but I always, kind of beat around the bush with the answers because there's so much I could say about it, but it's really up to each individual, each body, the human body. If you're younger, you can take more. If you're older, are you on steroids? Are you on HGH? Can your body handle more? There's so much. So what is your diet like? I don't know. So how hard is your training? Maybe you do 2 trainings of jiu-jitsu, 2 of wrestling, but the training is like crap and you're hardly even getting a workout. So you need more. Or maybe you just train harder in those 2 workouts of each style and it's plenty, Maybe it's a 2-hour session instead of twice a week, but I only do 1-hour sessions. Maybe you do 2-hour sessions or somebody else does 3-hour sessions. So there's so many variables. To each its own. I love videos of incorporating BJJ into wrestling. They're useful to me even though I don't do BJJ. Thanks, Coach. You're welcome, Rick. Coach Brian versus Danaher. Who wins? Well, guys, of course, I would win. Anyway, no, I think he's a great coach. He's definitely bigger than me. So rolling with him, he would have a huge weight advantage over me. He's enormous compared to me. But I personally think I know more about jiu-jitsu than he does, personally. But I think he's good. I just think I know more. But whatever. Honestly, I think I know more than most people. So what can I say? I'm a little arrogant sometimes. Can you do some sick cradle series? Yes, I can. Cradles are great. They're from wrestling. And that's one of the things that I have an advantage in when I'm speaking about jiu-jitsu, because I speak both languages of wrestling and jiu-jitsu very fluently in both, because I do both on a regular basis every day. What's an effective game plan for amateur MMA? Taj Jordan, or I don't know, Ty Jordan. Effective or Gordon? Yes. Effective game plan for amateur MMA. Keep your hands up. Hopefully you know some jiu-jitsu, some wrestling. Effective game plan, amateur MMA, works every time, 80% of the time. Works every time. Get out there. Good movement. Good movement. Okay? Don't look down. Look at the guy's eyes. Look up. Okay? Throw some jabs. Head movement. Throw some jab. Fake a right. Jab. Jab. Fake a kick. You're kickboxing. No, you're not. You haven't hit anything yet. Double jab. Move your head. Okay? Constantly. See what the guy does. What is he doing? Okay? Next thing I'm going to do. Is he going to rush me? Is he going to move laterally? Does he back up? I always try to take up the space. Move in. Get a little closer. Close enough so you feel comfortable. Okay? Keep moving. Fake. Constant faking. Movement. Okay? Then, once you feel ready, it's real simple. Okay? Jab. Overhand right in the clinch. Take the guy down. Drop down to the legs. Push him against the fence. Double leg sweep out his legs. Get the control. Half guard, side control. Okay? If you're in the guard, okay, no big deal. Throw a couple punches, pass his guard, get to the mount. Knee on belly, get to the mount. When he turns his back because he doesn't want to get hit, take his back with hooks. Flatten him out on his belly. Rear naked choke. If the guy rolls over, rear naked choke from your back. If he ever tries to twist into you, mount him. A couple more punches, wear him out, take your time. He'll turn his back again. He'll give you a rear naked choke. Done. Amateur MMA, perfect game plan, works every time, 80% of the time. Hope you guys enjoyed. So, guys, I'm gonna have to go. I'm sorry. It's past midnight. I'm gonna have to go because I got my my bedtime, and I got a lot of stuff to do tomorrow. So, guys, I really appreciate you guys. Again, I gotta mention this. I didn't shoot a video tonight, and that's why I'm here. If you guys ever want to go back and watch this video again, you can watch that video with Garry Tonon and JT Torres again. Hopefully you enjoyed the commentary. And what else can I say? Thank you so much to all the people that subscribe to my channel, that watch my videos, that share my videos and get it out there. I'm not the biggest YouTuber on the planet, but I do have a fairly successful YouTube channel. It's decent, you know. I get views every day, which is nice. It makes me a little bit of money each month, a few $100, and it's nice to have. And then I have my people on Patreon that offer me even more than what YouTube offers me. So it's pretty nice. It's not a whole lot, but it makes up a lot. It really, really helps me, you know, pay my bills. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you guys. That's why I put my heart and soul into this YouTube channel, and I try to give as much as I can. I really wish I could give more, but there's so many things I'm doing right now. I have my gym. I'm running a barbecue business part-time right now, and I try to keep active on this as much as I can. I love helping you guys. I wish I could do so much more, and there's so many ideas, podcasts, all that stuff. I don't know if I'm cut out for that, but thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. And I'll see you guys next time with more great stuff. Thank you guys. See ya.